Hey guys, Dr. Shook here. In this video, what I'd like to share with you guys is a really important topic, and that is Hashimoto's and pregnancy. There's research that shows us that women that have elevated TPO antibodies, now that's thyroid peroxidase antibodies, and those are basically antibodies are produced by the immune system, and when they're above the laboratory range, there's a normal range for antibodies, but if it's above the laboratory range, then that's an indication that there's an abnormal immune response against a tissue, okay? And in this case with Hashimoto's, that is TPO, or thyroid peroxidase. It can also be thyroglobulin, which is a protein in the thyroid gland, but the number one thing, the main thing that's attacked is thyroid peroxidase, or TPO. Now there's research that shows us that women that have elevated antibodies to TPO are at a much more higher risk of having miscarriages. And that's something that's really important because oftentimes the thyroid is not checked routinely prior to pregnancy, or when you're trying to get pregnant, or even if you have miscarriages. It's often not checked and really identified in a lot of cases that you may have Hashimoto's until you've had recurrent problems. And I've seen people that have gone to fertility specialists, and I've seen it gets caught more often there. But it's something that is a major concern when you're trying to get pregnant, that you understand what is the status of your thyroid, because if you have hypothyroidism during pregnancy, you're more likely to deliver a child that's more intellectually challenged. Okay, so there's research that show us hypothyroidism is not something you want during pregnancy, and that if you have Hashimoto's, that could increase the risk of miscarriage. So these are all things that people you need to know, and I will just tell you that the tests are not that expensive to get these things checked. Now a lot of doctors and a lot of insurance plans will not cover you getting those tests, because to them it's not medically necessary. So if you say, hey, I'm interested in getting pregnant, I want to know if I'm hypothyroid or if I have Hashimoto's, and it's not medically necessary. I mean, you may get some doctors that will order it for you, but the thing is your insurance company has a standard of care, and they have guidelines based on what they consider the standard to be. Now the standard doesn't mean that it's what you want. It's just what they're willing to pay for based on how you present to the office, and based on what they call best practice guidelines. And I'm not saying those are right or wrong, but I can just tell you that we do a lot more testing than the standard of care, because that's the model that I think is best. And so let me just say this. So for antibodies, for example, to get thyroid antibodies, I've seen where those can be through an insurance company. So we usually check TPO antibodies, right? That's against the enzyme in the thyroid that we're talking about, and TG, or thyroglobulin antibodies, $400 per marker. Anywhere from $200 to $400 is not uncommon to see. We can get both of those antibodies for you for $20. Okay, you pay a cash rate; it doesn't go through insurance. But if you just call our office, we can get the test for you, and you can go to a local lab core, and they'll draw your blood, and we'll have the results in about 5 days, and we can tell you if you have positive antibodies or not. Now in our office, we do much more expanded testing, where we look at actually 7 thyroid hormones plus the 2 antibodies, so we get 9 thyroid related markers. And those seven thyroid hormone markers are very beneficial, because they show you not only TSH, which is actually a brain hormone. It's thyroid stimulating hormone. That's usually the only thing that's checked. It not only shows you that, but it shows you your total hormones of T4, total T3, and then the free hormones, free T4, free T3. And then it shows you an uptake of your T3, and we look at reverse T3. We look at a lot of other markers that show us more of the physiology and what's going on there to see if you do indeed have optimal thyroid hormone physiology, because it's a lot more than just quantity. You can have a normal quantity, but you may not be able to use what's there, and there are a lot of ways that breaks down physiologically, and I explain a lot of that stuff in other videos. So anyway, I just want to share that with you guys. It's really important if you're trying to get pregnant, if you have had recurrent miscarriages, to know you need to be checked to see if possibly Hashimoto's is contributing. If you're considering getting pregnant, you want to know. I would encourage you, especially if you have symptoms of hypothyroidism, which so many people do, that you consider getting checked, getting your thyroid hormones checked. So anyway, hope this helps you guys out to better understand these links between fertility, miscarriage, and Hashimoto's and hypothyroidism. This is by far not comprehensive, but it's something that's really important as it relates to Hashimoto's and pregnancy. So I appreciate you guys coming here to learn about your health. If there's anything that we can do for you, let us know. If you want to get those antibodies checked, you just need to, we have on our website, you can actually go and request to get those done just from a link, and it says get your antibodies checked, and you can actually request that, and my staff will be in contact with you to help you out. But if you have any questions or need anything, let us know. But I appreciate you guys coming here to learn more about your health, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Thanks.